The city of Duluth has started some park improvement projects, and a state park up the shore is issuing updates as the summer season kicks off. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, trail by trail. We'll start in Silver Bay, where Tedagooch State Park is giving an update on their facilities as summer tourism season ramps up. Staff notes that the steps are still washed out at the bottom of the high falls and two-step falls. Guests are asked to use caution in the area. In addition, the Cascade Trail remains closed past the first half mile due to flood damage dating back to 2024. Guests are asked to follow all posted signs while hiking. Finally, the Visitor Center will be closed on Wednesday, June 17th for staff training, but the wayside restrooms will remain open. Next, we will stop in Bayfield, where the public is invited to an open house to discuss the bike and pedestrian plan and the Bayfield Peninsula Trails plan. That meeting will be Thursday, June 25th, starting at 5 p.m. at the Bayfield County Emergency Operations Center. Guests will be able to learn about the project and participate in an interactive input session. Discussions will center around safety concerns, recreation opportunities, priority projects, and more. The meeting is free to attend and all are welcome. We will have more information on our website. We will end in Duluth, where the Park and Recreation Department kicked off some improvement projects this week. The first is at Hawk Ridge Nature Preserve, where the construction of an accessible trail loop has begun. The city says some sections of the trail may be temporarily closed during construction. The project is expected to take around 6 weeks. The second project is at Hillside Sport Court Park, where contractors have started a comprehensive park improvement project. That plan includes improving accessibility, adding a pavilion and picnic area, renewing the sport court, replacing the playground, and more. Portions of the park will close throughout the project. Construction is expected to last through October. And if you or someone you know is part of a trail club or alliance, send us an email and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland trail by trail. In the studio, Anna Olfelt, Northern News Now.